Dengan izin Ya Arif. Assalamualaikum, selamat sejahtera dan selamat pagi. Prosiding pendengaran, penerimaan masuk, Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara, Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya pada hari ini, Jumaat 16 April 2021, dijalankan secara sidang video Zoom di atas persetujuan semua pihak berikutan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan Bersyarat. Hakim yang bersidang pada hari ini adalah Yang Arif Dato Ahmad Kamal bin Muhammad Shahid, Hakim Mahkamah Tinggi Bahagian Kuasa-Kuasa Khas Dato. Seterusnya, Mahkamah ingin mengingatkan semua pihak agar kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun setelah selesai giliran. Diminta kerjasama tuan-tuan dan puan-puan agar tidak melayari live streaming di YouTube berdekatan dengan puan-puan di dalam bilik yang sama semasa prosiding sedang berjalan kerana dikuatiri akan mengganggu sistem rakaman audio. Terima kasih. Dipohon kepada wakil-wakil yang hadir pada hari ini bagi pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor untuk memperkenalkan diri. Silakan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Rohaiza Hamzah, Peguam Kanan Persekutuan bagi pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia. Terima kasih.
If it pleases you, my lord, Alex Chang for the Bar Council.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Terence Lee mewakili Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan juga Selangor.
Terima kasih. Mahkamah akan memanggil nombor petisyen satu persatu. Apabila nombor petisyen dipanggil, Pempetisyen diminta berdiri dan memperkenalkan diri. Kemudian, peguam pengusul atau mover akan membacakan latar belakang pempetisyen sehingga selesai. Dengan izin Ya Arif, pempetisyen pertama WA 18-674-06-2020. Sila perkenalkan diri.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Yap Wei Shen, pempetisyen pertama.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Muhammad Azrul bin Abdul Hamid bagi pihak pempetisyen Encik Yap Wei Shen. Bersama saya hari ini adalah rakan-rakan berjaya saya, Puan Rohaiza binti Hamzah dari Jabatan Peguam Negara, Encik Alex Chang dari Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Encik Terence Lee dari Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor. Saya memohon untuk meneruskan dalam bahasa Inggeris, Arif.
Silakan.
Terima kasih, Arif. May I introduce the petitioner, Mr. Yap Wei Shen. The petitioner was born in Kuala Lumpur and is the eldest child of Mr. Yap Hock Soon and Madam Liu Po Yi. The petitioner read law at the University of Hertfordshire, where he graduated with a second-class honours in the year 2018 and obtained his certificate in legal practice in 2019. Thereafter, the petitioner commenced his pupillage at Mrs. Louise Lim and Min Lee under the tutelage of my learned friend, Miss Bu Min Lee. The petitioner wishes to take this opportunity to express his gratitude to his parents. He would like to thank his parents for their support and encouragement. The petitioner would also like to thank his pupil master, Miss Bu Bin Lee, for providing him guidance and opportunities throughout his pupillage. The petitioner would also like to thank Mr. Louis Lim and all his colleagues at Mrs. Louis Lim and Min Lee for their guidance and assistance. Other than that, the petitioner would also like to thank his friends who have supported him, especially to those who are watching on this online session. Yarif, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. Saya percaya surat cara Pempetisyen adalah teratur. Dengan rendah diri, saya memohon supaya Pempetisyen diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai seorang Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, Ya Arif.
Ada bantahan ya Arif?
No objections, my lord.
Ada bantahannya, Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Yap Wei Shen untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif. Dengan izin Ya Arif, saya memohon untuk Pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri, Ya Arif.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih, Ya Arif.
Sama-sama.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, WA 18-814-07-2020, Pempetisyen kedua, sila perkenalkan diri.
Nama saya Xia Weisan, Pempetisyen kedua.
Dengan izin Arif, saya Chupong Kim bagi pihak Pempetisyen. Dan bersama saya ialah rakan-rakan yang bijaksana dari Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam KL yang telah diperkenalkan tadi. Saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujahan dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Your petition, Ya Arif, may I introduce the petitioner? Your petitioner was born in KL. She is the only child of Madam Lim Swee Teng. The petitioner completed her secondary education in SMK Bandar Utama, Damansara in year 2011, where she then continued her Cambridge A-levels in Tunku Abdul Rahman University College. Having exposed to court cases since young, pursuing law has always been the petitioner's ambition, as she is determined to advocate for women and children's rights, especially for victims of domestic violence. Guided by this goal, the petitioner read law at the University of London, external program, graduated with a Bachelor of Laws in 2018. Thereafter obtained her CLP in 2019. To deepen her knowledge on policy, advocacy, and global governance, the petitioner is now doing her Master of Laws in University of Malaya. After obtaining her CLP, the petitioner commenced her pupillage in Ms. Lavinia Del Alpa T and Partners under the tutelage of Ms. Adeline Del Alpa. During her time as a pupil, your petitioner was given an abundance of opportunities and exposure to further enhance her skills on legal research, drafting, and critical thinking. Ya Arif, outside the legal profession, the petitioner has a passion in journalism. She worked in RTM as a news editor for 4 years while doing her undergraduate studies. She volunteered in Phnom Penh, Cambodia in 2017 as a photojournalist to raise funds for underprivileged students in Cambodia. Not only that, she also actively involved in volunteer work with Kingdom City Care and Share Circle Impian, Malaysia. On this memorable day, the petitioner would like to thank the Almighty God for all the love and blessing she received over the years. The petitioner would like to take this opportunity to express her love and gratitude to her mother, Madam Ling Sui Tan, and also Madam Mei Ling, and aunties Madam Ivy Lee, Mr. Charlie Yong, and Madam Xia Sok Fong. The petitioner has requested me to thank the following people. Firstly, her pupil master, Miss Adeline, for providing her with opportunities and invaluable guidance in the matters which she had the opportunity to assist with. Secondly, appreciation to her seniors and colleagues at LDA and partners. The petitioner is very much obliged to the mover for taking his time to be part of this meaningful occasion. Also, the petitioner is truly blessed with the constant encouragement of her many close friends, especially Kaiser, Christine, Ng Ying, Yvonne, Sherry, and Li Jie. Last but not least, she thanks her lovely family dogs, Civic and Dubu, for their unconditional love and companionship throughout her life. And Arif, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from AG, Bar Council, and KL Bar respectively have no objection to this motion. I humbly pray that the petitioner Xia Wu San be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Ada bantahan ya, Arif?
No objections, my lord.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Xia Wui San untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan izin Arif, saya dengan rendah diri pohon supaya kebenaran daripada mahkamah untuk Pempetisyen menjubahkan diri.
Silakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Arif.
Sama-sama.
Dengan izinnya Arif, Pempetisyen ketiga WA 18-824-07-2020. Sila perkenalkan diri.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Annalise Rina George, Pempetisyen ketiga.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya M. Ramachalgum, Peguam Pengusul bagi pihak Pempetisyen Annalise Rina George pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya daripada badan-badan berkanun masing-masing telah pun diperkenalkan. Yang Arif, saya pohon kebenaran mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk meneruskan hujaan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Silakan.
My Lord. My Lord, your petitioner Annalise Rina George is the daughter of Dato Engineer George, a chartered engineer who retired as the Director General of the Malaysian Highway Authority, and Datin Professor Dr. Mary George, Professor at the Faculty of Law, University of Malaya. The petitioner graduated from the University of Sydney with a double degree in economics and law and returned to Malaysia in 2013. The petitioner was then employed as a special projects officer at the Bar Council of Malaysia in April 2013 and continued to serve full terms of 4 presidents of the Malaysian Bar. In the course of her service at the Bar Council, the petitioner saw firsthand the role of law in society. As Special Projects Officer, having in 2015 been promoted to Executive Officer, the petitioner's role was somewhere between legal practice and academia, and involved her supporting the office of the President of the Malaysian Bar, as well as the Bar Council, with law and policy issues, in ultimately giving effect to the rule of law mandate of the Malaysian Bar. This involved the drafting of legislation, memoranda, position papers, opinions, speeches, press statements, always ensuring that the bar spoke with one voice. The multifarious issues that came up at the bar kept the petitioner busy and her interest constantly piqued. The opportunities to utilize both her skill sets in economics and the law as they related to trade agreement analysis or in the course of internal decision-making were ever present, my lord. This inspired the petitioner to pursue a master's in economics from the University of Malaya, for which she was awarded the Mokhzani Memorial Medal as the top student in a year, while continuing to work at the Bar Council. Throughout the petitioner's 7 years at the Bar Council, the petitioner had the opportunity to explore all aspects of legal practice, but actual practice itself. Her next step in enrolling for classes in the preparation of the Certificate of Legal Practice at Brickfields Asia College in 2018 therefore came as no surprise to those of us who have worked with her. The petitioner cleared the CLP exams in her first sitting in 2019 and commenced her pupillage in the chambers of Miss Karen Chia Yilin of Messrs. Chui and Company and Chiang and Arif in July 2020, my lord. My lord, as the only profession to welcome and farewell its members, the petitioner is acutely aware of the sanctity of this morning's proceedings and acknowledges that this moment marks the start of her formal commitment to the rule of law and the administration of justice. The petitioner feels it necessary to recognize the people who have left indelible marks in her life and played pivotal roles in shaping her worldview. Special mention is made of young Arif, Dato George Varghese, Christopher Leong, Stephen Tiru, and Andrew Koo, as well as Rajan Devaraj, Chin Oi Sim, her former special projects teammates and colleagues at the Bar Council Secretariat, and finally her close friends in Australia. The petitioner would also like to thank the partners and her colleagues at Chui, Cheng, and Arif for making her pupillage experience an exciting and memorable one, and who continue to help the petitioner make the most of a transition to life on the other side. Young Arif, the petitioner expresses her gratitude to her North Star, her parents who have always espoused the values of hard work and education, and who have always encouraged her to go further to achieve whatever was available to her. They have also provided her a blueprint of how to live a life of service and instill in her a desire to ultimately be a useful member of society. The petitioner thanks Almighty God for continually shining his light on her path. My lord, lastly, the petitioner records her utmost appreciation to her master for her guidance and mentorship, and for giving her opportunities to continue to be of service to the bar and also to experience not only corporate legal work, but also litigation work, which proved to be an invaluable experience, as I have been informed by your petitioner that she has been retained as an associate at Chui, Cheng, and Arif, where she will be working under Mr. Lim Tak San. Finally, my lord, on a personal note, having the opportunity to work with the petitioner personally, I wish to recognize and thank the petitioner for all the assistance rendered to me and the various committees of the bar that I chaired. The Bar Council and I are especially indebted to the petitioner for her invaluable contributions to the Institutional and Law Reform Committee in the preparation of over 55 position papers that were presented to the Institutional Reforms Committee set up in 2018 after the 14th general elections. While her leaving the Bar Council was a loss to the Council, it is surely a gain for the Malaysian Bar. My Lord, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I believe the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee, respectively, have no objections to this application.
Ada bantahan ya, Arif?
No objections, ma'am.
Ada bantahan Yang Arif?
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kepada Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini untuk Pempetisyen diterima masuk dan didaftarai sebagai seorang Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Annalise Rena George untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran agar Pempetisyen dibenarkan untuk menjubahkan diri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Pempetisyen keempat WA 18-463-03-2020, sila perkenalkan diri.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Sukuyuk, Pempetisyen keempat.
Dan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Lee Chan Leong. Saya adalah Peguam pengusul yang mewakili Pempetisyen Sukuyuk, iaitu Pempetisyen keempat bagi sesi ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur telah pun diperkenalkan sebelum ini. Dan izin Yang Arif, mohon kebenaran untuk meneruskan prosiding dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Silakan, teruskan.
My Lord, may I introduce the petitioner, Sukuyuk? The petitioner was born on the 4th day of 1993 in Ipoh, Perak, and is the second child of Mr. Su Kai Ming and Madam Ngu Hui Ching. The petitioner has set her mind on becoming a lawyer after her secondary education is in SMK Bukit Raman Putra. The petitioner graduated with a law degree from the University of London External Program and thereafter obtained her certificate of legal practice in 2019. Upon completion of her CLP, the petitioner commenced a pupillage in Mrs. Chiu Ngoi and Company under the tutelage of Miss Ngoi Siu Siu. However, a journey with her pupil master and the firm had in fact started way back in 2014 when she was still pursuing her law degree and CLP studies through her internship with the firm then. Today, the petitioner wishes to take this opportunity to express her utmost gratitude to her parents for their unconditional love, support, and sacrifices. The petitioner considers her mother to be a strong superwoman who had really taken good care of the petitioner since she was young. Her parents never ceased to believe in her, even in the face of failure, and have constantly pushed her to achieve the milestone in her life. The petitioner sincerely hoped that her parents would really feel proud of her achievement today as the very first lawyer in the Su family. The petitioner would also like to thank her siblings and relatives for their care and encouragement. The petitioner would like to thank her pupil master, Miss Moi Siu Siu, for the guidance and opportunities given to her throughout her pupillage and internship with the firm. The petitioner is also grateful to Miss Moi Siu Siu, who has been a mentor to the petitioner since her student days, teaching and guiding her in various matters that she was given the opportunity to assist, as well as her subsequent career decisions making. The petitioner would also like to thank Mr. Justin Tan for giving her support, constant support, and always being a great listener to her concerns to make her tough times more bearable. The petitioner would also like to thank her referees, all her good friends who had helped her throughout her law journey, and in particular, Miss Vivian Wong, for ever ready to answer her privilege queries patiently. Finally, the petitioner would like to thank all her colleagues at Mrs. Chiu, Moy and Company for making her experience there a memorable one. My Lord, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe that all the petitioner's papers are in order, and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, Malaysian Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee are having no objection to this petition. Dan izinnya Arif, maka dengan itulah saya memohon kepada Mahkamah yang mulia ini supaya pempetisyen diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai seorang peguam Bela dan peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Terima kasih.
Tiada bantahan ya, Arif?
No objections, Mano.
Bantahan yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Su Puiyuk untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Arif. Dan dengan izinnya Arif, saya juga memohon kebenaran Mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Silakan.
Terima kasih ya Arif.
Sama.
Terima kasih Arif.
Sama.
Dengan izinnya Arif, pempetisyen kelima WA 18-839-07-2020. Sila perkenalkan diri.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Wong Jinyi, pempetisyen kelima.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Lim Chung Yong mewakili pempetisyen kelima Wong Jinyi. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Arif, saya memohon kebenaran untuk menerima prosedur dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Silakan.
Terima kasih Arif. My Lord, may I introduce the petitioner Wong Jinyi. The petitioner was born in Petaling Jaya, Selangor, and is the first child of Mr. Wong Tek Kim and Madam Yap Yok Mui. The petitioner always has the passion in law, which is to her is about standing up for the people and what is right. With her parents sparkling an interest in law for her when she was about 15 years old, she realized the intricacies of the legal system and was fascinated by the legal process on how justice is administered. The petitioner read law at the University of Leeds and had completed her bar professional training course at City University of London. All this could not have been done without the support of the petitioner's parents. They provided the petitioner an opportunity to pursue a degree and a master's in the UK and the petitioner is forever grateful for the experience and the knowledge she gained at both universities. The petitioner would like to take this opportunity to thank her lecturers, especially her dissertation supervisor, Stu Marvel. During her time in the University of Leeds, the petitioner was also the ambassador of Pathways to Law program, encouraging students to pursue law for their degrees. Furthermore, whilst pursuing her law degree, she was active in doing pro bono work at various organizations such as Toynbee Hall Legal Advice Centre in London. The petitioner was an initial assessor at the charitable institution, learning under the volunteer coordinator, Wais Ali. Upon completing her studies, the petitioner commenced her pupillage in Mrs. Chris Lai Yap and Partners under the guidance of my learned friend, Mr. Christopher Lai King Lung. Today, the petitioner wishes to take this opportunity to express her gratitude to her family for their unconditional support and encouragement throughout her legal studies and pupillage. The petitioner would like to thank her pupil master, Mr. Christopher Lai, for providing her with opportunities and guidance throughout her pupillage. She learned tremendously from cases which she had worked on, and she is eager to put her experience to good use for many years to come. On this day, the petitioner would like to especially thank her friends who have supported her throughout this journey, and especially to those who are in the presence of the session today. The petitioner would also like to thank all her colleagues at Mrs. Chris Lai Yap and Partners for their patient guidance and kind assistance. My Lord, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe all the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee respectively have no objections to this motion. Accordingly, I humbly pray that this honorable court grants an order that the petitioner, Wong Jenny, to be admitted as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court.
Ada bantahan ya, Arif?
No objections, ma'am.
Ada bantahan yang Arif?
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Wong Jin Yi untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Kuala.
Terima kasih Arif. Dengan izin, saya memohon kebenaran mahkamah untuk pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Silakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Pempetisyen ke-6 WA 18-835-07-2020. Sila perkenalkan diri.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Andrew Pang Chang Yao, Pempetisyen ke-6.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Mat Sofi bin Teguh, Peguam Pengusul bagi pihak Pempetisyen terakhir pada hari ini, iaitu P6 Andrew Pang Chang Yao. Bersama-sama saya adalah rakan-rakan terpelajar yang masing-masing mewakili Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan tadi. Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk meneruskan dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Sila teruskan.
Yang Arif, I will begin with the background of the petitioner Andrew Pang Chang Yao. Yang Arif, the petitioner was born in 1994 in Kuala Lumpur and he is the eldest of 3 children born to Mr. Gary Pang Vun Hung and Madam Audrey Yap Su Ling. The petitioner read law at the University of Oxford Brookes and was conferred a Bachelor of Law degree with honours in June 2016. The petitioner then returned to Malaysia and pursued the Certificate in Legal Practice (CLP), which he completed in 2019. The petitioner then commenced his pupillage at Majlis Hashim & Co. Kuala Lumpur under the tutelage of my learned friend Encik Muaz Muhammad, and during his pupillage, the petitioner has been exposed to different areas of law, including but not limited to corporate insurance. And Yang Arif, on this very honorable day, 16th of April, which will be remembered by the petitioner for the rest of his life, the petitioner would like to first and foremost acknowledge and thank his family, to whom he is indebted to for their love, constant encouragement, and financial support, without which he would not have become the person he is today. On a personal note, Yang Arif, even though I never met the petitioner's parents, but considering as to how he approached me to move his call, I strongly believe that both Mr. and Mrs. Gary have educated and shaped the petitioner very well. Yang Arif, the petitioner would also like to thank his pupil master, Encik Muaz Muhammad, for his untiring guidance and support throughout his pupillage. The petitioner would also like to express his gratitude and appreciation to every other partners, associates, employees, and pupil mates at Majlis Osman Hashim & Co. Kuala Lumpur for their guidance and invaluable advice. Further to that, Yang Arif, the petitioner would also like to thank his good friends, Kamal Lim, Aaron Chang, Ryan Ching, and Samantha Chang for always being there for him and with him throughout their CLP. And finally, Yang Arif, the petitioner would like to give a special thank you to Miss Jen Hong for giving him constant support throughout this journey. Yang Arif, saya sesungguhnya percaya bahawa Pempetisyen ke-6 pada hari ini adalah seorang yang layak dan sesuai untuk diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Cara dan Peguam Bela di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, seperti mana peruntukan Akta Profesi Undang-Undang 1976. Saya juga percaya bahawa kesemua surat-surat cara Pempetisyen adalah teratur, dan akhir sekali, saya juga percaya bahawa rakan-rakan saya yang terpelajar yang masing-masing mewakili Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tidak mempunyai bantahan.
Ada bantahan, Yang Arif?
No objections, my lord.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Sesudah itu, Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kepada mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk menerima masuk dan mendaftaraikan Pempetisyen Andrew Pang Chang Yau sebagai Peguam Cara dan Peguam Bela Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesi Undang-Undang 1976, mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Andrew Pang Chang Yau untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif. Seterusnya, saya memohon kebenaran mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk membenarkan Pempetisyen menyarung jubah ke atas dirinya sendiri.
Dibenarkan, ya, silakan.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih kepada semua wakil jabatan dan peguam pengusul. Tahniah diucapkan kepada semua Pempetisyen yang telah didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Diminta sekali lagi diingatkan agar tuan-puan kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun setelah selesai ucapan dari Yang Arif Hakim. Terima kasih. Seterusnya, ucapan dari Yang Arif Hakim.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan selamat pagi. Mahkamah ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada wakil-wakil daripada pihak-pihak berkenaan, iaitu daripada Yang Berbahagia, Tan Sri Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor, serta semua peguam pengusul yang telah sudi hadir bagi meraihkan majlis kita pada pagi ini. Tidak ketinggalan juga, Mahkamah ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada ibu bapa, keluarga, rakan-rakan para pempetisyen dan semua pihak yang telah sudi hadir bagi meluangkan masa secara maya untuk menyaksikan majlis kita pada pagi ini yang disiarkan secara langsung melalui sidang video. Saya juga ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih dan syabas kepada semua tenaga pengajar, masters dan firma-firma Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara yang telah membimbing dan mendidik pempetisyen sehingga menjadi peguam pada pagi ini. Yap Wei Shen, Xia Wei San, Annalise Rina George, Su Hui Yuk, Wong Jin Yi, dan Andrew Pang Chang Yao. Di sini, saya ingin mengambil kesempatan untuk mengucapkan syabas dan tahniah kepada anda semua sebagai peguam baru yang baru diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Dengan memakainya jubah sebentar tadi, anda secara rasminya telah diterima masuk ke dalam profesyen peguaman ini. Saya ingin mengingatkan anda semua bahawa kejayaan hari ini tidak dicapai dengan usaha tuan-puan seorang diri semata-mata. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan seharusnya melihat kehadiran insan-insan yang telah banyak berkorban masa, tenaga dan wang ringgit demi membantu tuan-tuan dan puan-puan mencapai cita-cita dan kejayaan ini. Oleh itu, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan perlu berterima kasih kepada mereka yang sentiasa berada di sisi anda, memberikan sokongan, dorongan dan galakan kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan ketika menghadapi kesukaran dan cabaran. Ibu bapa, keluarga, pasangan, rakan-rakan dan guru pembimbing. Mereka-mereka inilah adalah insan-insan yang tidak boleh dilupakan selamanya. Bab kata pantun Melayu, kuning emas masaknya pagi, mawar merah dalam jambangan. Terima kasih daun keladi, budi ibu bapa dan keluarga menjadi kenangan. Sebagai tradisi bagi meraihkan ucapan kita pada pagi ini, izinkan saya untuk menyampaikan sepatah dua kata bagi meraihkan majlis kita. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian, kerjaya sebagai seorang peguam adalah suatu pekerjaan yang bukan mudah. Untuk berjaya seseorang peguam bukan sekadar perlu mempunyai kemahiran, tetapi komitmen yang tinggi dan kesediaan untuk menambah ilmu pengetahuan dan pengalaman. Jika tuan-tuan dan puan-puan berasakan yang tuan-tuan dan puan-puan telah melalui tempoh bertahun-tahun yang sukar untuk tiba kepada kejayaan pada hari ini, maka tuan-tuan dan puan-puan perlu sedar bahawa ini hanyalah permulaan bagi suatu perjalanan yang masih jauh dan panjang, di mana terdapat lebih banyak lagi perkara yang perlu diterokai dan dipelajari sebelum tuan-tuan dan puan-puan layak menjadi seorang peguam yang ulung dan disegani. Selanjutnya, apabila menjadi ahli majlis peguam, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan mempunyai kewajipan untuk memelihara status kerjaya ini supaya sentiasa dipandang tinggi oleh masyarakat dan seterusnya menyumbang kepada pembentukan masa depan Majlis Peguam Malaysia ke arah kecemerlangan dan kegemilangan. Dengan ini, saya mengakhiri ucapan ini dengan ucapan jutaan tahniah bagi kemasukan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Saya doakan semoga kejayaan mengiringi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan bagi setiap kebaikan yang dilakukan. Saya sudahi ucapan saya dengan serangkap pantun yang berbunyi seperti berikut. Mawar melati indah di taman, indah lagi kembang selasih. Akhir kata saya ucapkan cukup sekian dan terima kasih. Dengan pantun tersebut, mahkamah dengan ini ditangguhkan. Sekian, terima kasih.
Diminta tuan-tuan dan puan-puan kekal di video masing-masing. Ada sesi fotografi sekejap lagi ya. POJ, kami ready. POJ. Terima kasih.
Tahniah semua.